Good morning students, I am Amrita teacher and I will teach you science. As you know, our written parts of chapter 1 has been completed. So from today I am going to explain this chapter, that is reproduction in plant. So let's start. In this chapter we will discuss about reproduction in plants. So first of all we have to know about reproduction. Reproduction is made by two words, re and production. Re means again and production means to produce. So by the process of reproduction, a living being can produce more of its own kind. And reproduction is a specific characteristic of all the living beings. It means reproduction is only possible in living beings. It cannot be possible in non-living beings. Now, all living things reproduce to maintain their race and number on earth. Here, the meaning of race means their own species. So, by the process of reproduction, all the living beings can maintain their species and their number. Okay? Now, without reproduction, there would be no life on the earth. Since we know that by the process of reproduction, all the living beings can produce their own kinds. So, on the earth, only the life is possible by the process of reproduction. Now, by reproducing, living things also pass their characteristics to the next generation. As we know, we all are created by our parents and we have all the characteristics of our parents. In this manner, all the living beings can pass their character to the next generation. Now, plants like all living things also live and die, and they also make more of their kind by the process of reproduction. It means plants also maintain their number by the process of reproduction. Now, plants reproduce their own kinds by three ways. They can reproduce through seeds, and the plant which can bear flower, they can reproduce through seed, and the plants which cannot bear flower can reproduce through the spore. Plants also reproduce through their parts like underground stem, root and leaves. And we will discuss one by one. First of all, reproduction through seed. All the flowering plants grow from seed. As we know, reproduction in flowering plants is only possible by the seed. So, all the flowering plants grow from seeds. Now, the seeds of a plant usually develop inside a fruit, because we know that seed is always develops inside a fruit. Now, fruit develops from a flower, and after the ripening of fruit, seeds become mature and seeds get dispersed through various agents. Here dispersed means scattered out, or it means they can transfer from one place to another by many agents, and the agents are water, wind, many insects and many animals. When they get favorable condition, they grow to form new plant. Here favorable condition means when the seed get appropriate amount of soil, water and the temperature, then they can grow and to form a new plant. Look at this picture. Here it is a plant, and by the flower a fruit is developed, and seeds which is develops inside the fruit when get the appropriate amount of water, temperature and soil, then they will germinate into a new plant. Now, structure of the seed. A seed has seed coat, scar, cotyledon and baby plant. Seed coat is the outermost part of a seed, and it is the outer covering of a seed, so it protects the seed. Scar is the part by which seed attached to the plant. Cotyledon also called as seedlets, and they store food for the embryo. So what is the function of cotyledon? Cotyledon store and provide the food for the embryo. Now a seed has also a baby plant which is present between the two seedlets, and it contains also a baby shoot and a baby root. Baby shoot always grow towards the light, and so it always grow upward, and baby root always grow downwards. Look at this picture. Here is a seed of a bean, and it is the outer covering of a seed, so it is called as seed coat. Seed coat protects the seed. This is the scar. So this is the place by which a seed attached to the plant. Now these are two cotyledons, and these are also called the seedlets, and they provide the food to the embryo. This is the embryo, and it is also called the baby plant. So it contains a baby shoot which grow upward, and it contains a baby root which grows towards the soil, or it grows downward. Now next is seed germination. So what is the condition for the germination? The condition for the germination is the appropriate amount of air, water, soil and warmth or temperature. So after getting appropriate amount of air, water, soil and warmth, a seed can grow into the new plant. The process by which a seed grows and develops into a seedling is called the seed germination. Now during germination, the root bursts through the seed coat, because seed coat is the outermost part of the seed. So root bursts through the seed coat. Then shoot emerges and begins to grow upward, because shoot develops into a stem, and stem always grow upwards. Once the shoot senses sunlight, the first leaves unfurl and make food for the seedling, and the plant no longer depends on the food in the seed, because before the leaves unfurl, the plant get their nourishment or get their food by the cotyledon. Now look at this picture. So during germination, the root bursts through the seed coat, then it grows downwards, and the shoot grows upward, and the first leaves when unfurled, then they made their food, and in this manner a seed grows into a plant. That's all. In our next class we will start the next topic.